What is going on, everyone? I'm Taylor Shelton. This is Coffee with the Bearded Reviewer. As you can tell, I don't have a beard right now, but I shaved it off, but I'm growing it back. But anyways, I'm your friendly neighborhood coffee snob, and today, folks, I'm going to be talking about the future state of the Star Wars franchise, which I really didn't get the chance to kind of like talk to you how I feel about like everything that is like Obi-Wan, Mandalorian, Boba Fett. I did leave reviews for them, but I just want to give you my personal thoughts and opinions of what the current state is and what I feel like was going to happen in the future of Star Wars. So, let's get started with today's video. So the first thing I wanted to do is that I just wanted to give you my personal thoughts and opinions on The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. Because what I'm doing is that I'm just doing this full-on lead up to Obi-Wan Kenobi coming out in just about 2 months. So I am more than happy to see Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen come back from the prequel series. But more specifically that we're getting like an old withered Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in his prime, so that's one thing to look forward to. But in regards to how I feel about season 1 of The Mandalorian, I'm just going to go in chronological order here, is that when the first season of The Mandalorian came out, it was just like a surprise for everyone, including myself. And the way I see The Mandalorian season 1, it was just like this it felt like a apologies tour from Disney and Lucasfilm, because in a weird way, because like when you look at the sequel series, that it's kind of like a mixed series. I mean, like there are some good stuff and there is a lot of bad stuff. I feel like that there was like really great ideas in the beginning, but then it just led up to very poor execution. There was good ideas. There was some potential for like some game-changing characters, but without a doubt, Kylo Ren, Poe Dameron, those were like the big characters within the entire franchise that I liked the most. Especially that like it was being brought up by some really great actors, like even like the legend characters such as like Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker. It felt like that they kind of did them dirty in a way, but the most dirtiest is on Luke Skywalker. And when The Last Jedi came out, is that like it was great to see Mark Hamill come back as Luke Skywalker, but it was not the Luke Skywalker that I was hoping to see. And that is how I feel about the Mandalorian series, is that it felt like it was just like this, we are so sorry about the horrible sequel series. Here's The Mandalorian. We'll give you a brand new character, and it was actually created by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. If you don't know who that is, Jon Favreau is the guy that actually kickstarted the MCU, but he also directed movies such as like Elf, and he also played Foggy Nelson in the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck. So he is definitely no stranger to when it comes to like nerd culture. Either way is that I really do think that both Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, they are just like a match made in heaven, because these guys are like nerd at heart people. Especially that Dave Filoni, he's basically like the new age George Lucas. Like George Lucas, he actually picked him up and he made him his pupil. So like this is full on George Lucas in the new age. The season 2 of The Mandalorian is definitely my personal favorite. Then I would have to say The Book of Boba Fett, and then Mandalorian Season 1. And the reason why I'm saying that is just because that like The Book of Boba Fett, it did have some poor production, especially when it comes down to kind of like just the titular character of Boba Fett. Like it had a really solid beginning, but then the midway section was like, not doing that much for me. But then all of a sudden when The Mandalorian came into the mix, I'm like, okay, The Mandalorian is much bigger than Boba Fett, so what is going on here? I did do some of my own research into like seeing when the season 3 of The Mandalorian is going to come out, and it doesn't have a definitive release date, but it definitely looks like that it's probably looking at maybe like a very late holiday 2022 release. If not in 2022, then it might be in like the beginning of 2023. So that is kind of like the general time frame of when the season 3 of The Mandalorian is going to come out. But they actually did finish up filming not long ago. The one show that I'm looking forward to the most out of any of them is the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And for a lot of reasons, like I am actually in that age group where I grew up on the prequel series. I mean, I would still prefer the original series because the original series is so much better than the prequels. But I would definitely say that the prequels are better than the sequel series. That's how I feel. But if you feel differently, all the power to you. But I'm just very happy to see Ewan McGregor come back because he is a really great actor and I think he was perfectly casted as Obi-Wan. But yeah, like the prequel series, they did have some problems, especially with the script, too much CGI, a very annoying character. Yep, you know who I'm talking about. Yep, Qui-Gon Jinn. Just kidding. Yeah, definitely. Jar Jar Binks was totally horrible, just horrible. The release date of Obi-Wan a little bit more appropriate is that, I mean, you would think that it would come out in May 4th because May the 4th be with you, May the 4th be with you, but it's a much bigger reason is that on May 25th, 1977 was the day when the original Star Wars came out, and they are releasing it on May 25th. So they're releasing it on the same day that the original movie came out, and that is just like brilliant. So they're just like paying homage to Alec Guinness. They're paying homage to the actual character of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that's the very thing that just makes me go like, that's very sentimental. I really enjoy that. I think this is just going into the right direction. It definitely felt like it was like an apology tour of Star Wars, going like, we are so sorry of what we did to the sequel series. Here are these TV shows that will make up for it. And definitely, like, I'm also looking forward to see what they're going to do with Ahsoka Tano, which is actually played by Rosario Dawson, and I think she was perfectly casted as Ahsoka. Looks a lot like her from the animated show. And you also got Andor, which is actually supposed to be a kind of like a tie to Rogue One. Andor is supposed to star I don't remember this guy's name, but he was one of the main characters from Rogue One, and he's going to be in this TV show. So I'm excited to see what Andor is going to do. From what I heard is that there might be a possibility that we might get more Obi-Wan after Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I'm really hoping that we actually get to see like Obi-Wan Kenobi being the protector of Luke and Darth Vader in his prime being the most evilest character in all of Star Wars. Like, we really didn't get to see that much of Darth Vader in his prime, but yeah, I mean, like Rogue One, they actually showcased it in a matter of just 10 seconds, and it was absolutely glorious. Mandalorian Season 3 coming out possibly late 2022 or early 2023. And then there's supposed to be a 4th Mandalorian season. We don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm guessing that soon that they might start recording all the actors. Probably like during the summertime. And then you got Ahsoka Tano. That one is supposed to come out in 2023. And then you got Obi-Wan Kenobi coming out in just 2 months. So overall, I think the state of Star Wars is in good hands. It's going in the right direction. And more importantly, thank you to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, because you guys have done an incredible job at this point. Because more importantly, Jon Favreau, you did an incredible job starting the MCU. And I'm pretty sure you're about to start a brand new phase of Star Wars. So I really hope that he remains part of the Star Wars universe. But more importantly, so that was my recap and my thoughts and opinions for all of the Disney Plus Star Wars franchise stuff. And if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to my channel as it really helps me out. And also, please press that like button. Don't press the dislike button, that's a bad one. Anyways, keep on drinking coffee, and I will see you guys next time.